How on earth do you break your jaw at training? Look, mate, we're going to talk about this later, but I've got to go. I'm getting another call. Hello? Speaking? UEFA, what do you want? You've got our group draw for the Conference League. What about the ceremony? You forgot to send me the invite. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 10, Episode 4 here at H&W Welders on The Impossible Dream. And today we get European football underway. Now, unfortunately, we're also going to play Larne in the league, I should say. But unfortunately, we never actually got a draw for the Europa Conference League. It just kind of happened. It just popped up. This was our group. So there is no draw to bring you, but this is the group we've been given. And I got to say, it's something that looks doable and even more doable having seen the first game, which has already been played. I would have thought the Russian team would have been the, I guess, the toughest of the opposition. We know that we've beaten Rosenborg last year, of course, in qualifying, and I thought a Bulgarian team we should have the jump on, but they beat comfortably the Arsenal Tula, the Russian team. So I've got to say, well, we'll see, get an idea how good this Rosenborg team is. We open our campaign against them at home today, but not a bad group, I've got to say. I think that could be very decent. If you want to have a look at all the groups, there they are there. Larne didn't make it, which is maybe a surprise. The New Saints, you can see there, did. And Linfield are in the group stage of the Europa League. So that's good news in a sense for for coefficients for Northern Ireland. Now, there is some bad news, and that is that Jordan McGreevy has broken his jaw. I don't really understand how you break a jaw in training, but he's 9 days to 3 weeks away, and given the time of the season that we're at, it's less than ideal because we really could have used his quality in midfield for us, as we try and compete on two fronts in Europe and, of course, in the league. So yeah, not ideal, but we'll do the best we can to get by without him for the next month or so. Now, there's a lot to catch you up on the field since last episode. 5 games, in fact, I believe, starting in the league against Glenavon. The only goal came in the first half when Gornay smashed in a first for the club. So a strange game, this one. We were kind of decent enough just without the goals. You can see from the XG tracker, we regularly created chances through the game. Gornay as a number 10 actually worked quite well. He got the goal as well. But yeah, it was a comfortable 1-0, as comfortable as a 1-0 ever can be. But yeah, got the win, and that is the main thing. Next up in the league, no, sorry, it's not the league, it's the Antrim Shield. It was Queen's University. We didn't put out our strongest team for this one, but let's see how it went. Tommy Martin opened the scoring in the first half, and Davidson pounced on a heavy touch to make it 2-0 on the hour mark. Queen's University pulled one back, but Gornay played in Davidson to restore our 2-goal lead, before Omar Robin picked out Davidson's run to complete his hat-trick. So, as you would expect, a very, very comfortable win for us against second-tier opposition. Davidson took his chances brilliantly, had a goal ruled out for offside, I think it was as well, so he could have had 4 on another day as Gus decides to join us. What are you doing, mate? All right. But yeah, we're through to the next round, as comfortable as you like. Even at 2-1, it was relatively comfortable. Next up, it is back in the league against Cliftonville. We took an early lead when Chambers played in Rory King. McDade added a second just after half-time, before a Napoleon free kick made it 3-0. McDade pounced on a loose ball to get our 4th, before Simpson picked out Fitzpatrick to complete the scoring. So a comfortable win, an amazing second half from us. You can see where McDade got his penalty, and we weren't necessarily creating any more chances. We just took them. We just tucked them away. Napoleon's free kick was wonderful, and making his debut from the bench was Rory Hill, our right back that has he was injured when he showed up. So our new signing from Southampton got himself on the field and didn't look bad, to be honest. Next up, another league game. This time it was against Glentoran, our local rivals, and the team that we always seem to come up against in big games, don't we? Let's see how it went. Armstrong pounced on a poor pass for McDade to open the scoring. Napoleon added a free kick moments later, and then delivered the cross for Kyle Fisher to get our 3rd. Glentoran took advantage of a defensive error to pull one back before half-time, But Davidson played in McDade to get out fourth, before McDade returned the favour for Davidson to get out fifth. And Napoleon added a sixth. So what a performance this was. Napoleon's free kicks, he's scoring them everywhere for fun. McDade with a double. We ended up going with two up top at some point in this one. That's when Davidson came on. I forget why. I can't remember. To be honest, I just can't remember. But I remember putting two up top at some point. But yeah, really, really good performance. 6 goals past Glentoran. You love to see that. Final game to catch you up on, again in the league, was against Dungannon. We took an early lead when Simpson played in Fitzpatrick. But Dungannon were level before half-time. And then took the 3 points late on. So I got no idea what happened here. No idea at all. We just didn't show up. We started okay. We scored one. We had another one ruled out. And it was just, I mean, you can see we didn't create anything. We weren't particularly good we weren't particularly bad defensively. A loss is quite harsh on us, to be honest. But we just didn't show up. And yeah, it's our first drop points of the season in the league anyway. And it's a loss. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I can only think it's complacency that's let us down there. So we're still joint top, same goal difference as Linfield, though they do have a game in hand. So that's obviously not ideal. But we faced Larne in the second game today. We're 5 points ahead of them, albeit they've played a game less. So yeah, we don't want to drop 2 games in the league in a row, do we? But let's have a look here what we're doing against Rosenborg to open up our Europa Conference campaign. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and this is a team we're sending out. Now, there was a comment, and I kind of agree with that, from David Watkins, sort of saying that it's all well and good to be in the group stage. We've got the money for that now. We need to concentrate on winning the league to get into that into the Champions League and get that money in, which is I 100% agree with. So that being said, we're not necessarily going to play our strongest team every game of Europe. Now, given that we have Larne coming up, we need a sort of a strong team for that. So we've rotated a little bit for this one. So it's Jitter in goal. It's Robin, Coyle, Martin, and Pearson as the back four. Napoleon and McQuaid go in midfield. Masson, we're going to try him as a winger on support. His finishing and composure are poor. We've seen him sort of last episode just blasting shots everywhere. So we're just going to, just don't shoot, mate. Just give it to a teammate. Mr. X-Ray Vision, Simpson, and Fisher will be the rest of the trio in behind McDade. And, well, hopefully this team's good enough to beat Rosenborg at home. All right, so it looks like they're coming out actually in a 4-3-3 formation, so a little bit more defensive than we were maybe expecting. But we can see the team sheets there. Now, Ube was their key player when we played them last time, wasn't he? So we'll see if that's still the case. Show them what you're capable of. I can maybe get on board with that. The reason I haven't gone sort of a full B squad for this is we do still need to get as many European coefficients points as possible. If and when we do get to the Champions League, it will help our seeding in the draw if we can obviously not be in the fourth pot. We'll have a better chance then of being the third pot team, and then perhaps being able to parachute down into the Europa League and sort of stay in Europe longer if we do have those coefficient points. So that's something we're looking at as well, to try and go as far as we can without sort of jeopardizing results in the league. Now, there is of course a chance that we could put our strongest best team out against Larne in the next game and lose anyway. Because Larne, they're a much better team than they were in the first half of last season, which really did cost them. But they were brilliant at the end of last season. That's been a little bit of bad luck. Jitter has kept it out. I think it was Jitter. It was a save, and it's cleared away. And that is the end of the highlight. Let's give them some more encouragement. But so far, you'd have to say, well, there's not much between the two teams, is there? And not not much in terms of highlights either. So that's been a disappointment. Are we happy with that? I'm not happy with that. Let's point our finger. Let's say it's time for everyone to dig in. Let's pump our fists, say we have faith in them. And I wonder what we can do differently here. Okay, so what we're going to do, given that nobody's playing particularly well, we're going to lower the tempo, look to exploit the middle where we have our creative players, and then look for overlaps. Maybe try and sort of get an opening that way. And see if that works, and if it doesn't, then we'll troubleshoot from there. But it's, yeah, Well, I mean, we didn't get a highlight, did we? So I'm wondering if lowering the tempo will help. We've got a defensive free kick to work here. That hasn't been great. Terrible finish. That was just poor football all around, wasn't it? But yeah, this isn't working. All right, so let's have a rethink. Okay, so Masson's not playing well, so we're going to take him off, bring Rory King, who's back fit, bring him on. What we're going to do before we go and change formation is exploit the flanks, pass into space, look to work the ball into the box with a higher tempo and see if that works for us. And if that doesn't work, then we will have to have a big rethink about exactly what we're doing. We've got a corner here with Napoleon. Back post. It's... Oh, Martin! I'm not sure how the ball found its way to him, if it was a defensive header that went a little bit wrong, or if it was a knockdown. But either way, very, very close. And we're going to need a second man up front here, aren't we? Coyle stands over the free kick. Robin has it. Robin goes back to Coyle, forward to Napoleon, back to Coyle, gets it forward, looking for McDade, can't find him. And McQuaid has intercepted that nicely to Simpson. Simpson looking for McDade. He gets there. Fisher and King are in there. It's Fisher. Fisher gets the goal. And in the 76th minute, Kyle Fisher makes it 1-0. Well, it wasn't spectacular, but it got the job done. McQuaid did something useful. Intercepted possession. McDade showed a little bit more desire to get to that. A nice ball in there for Fisher. And it's 1-0. All right. Let's tell him to focus. We've worked hard for this lead. Let's not throw it away. Napoleon with a corner. Decent headed away, though. McDade should pick that up. Doesn't really have an out there, but he's done well to keep possession. And can we build and go here? Simpson to King. McDade getting forward. It's McQuaid. It's a good ball for Fisher, and Fisher has a double. And McQuaid, he's done it again. It's a wonderful little ball through their defense. We've scored 2 goals in about as many minutes, and that should be that. McDade, no, it wasn't McDade. He made a little run. Goalkeeper just, I'm not really sure what he's doing, is it? The weight of the pass has probably beaten him, if anything. And, well, was it close to offside? Oh, yeah, I mean, these guys have pushed up, but the defenders on the other side haven't really got that memo. Let's give them some praise. And in the end, 2 goals in 4 minutes by Kyle Fisher. Looks as though it's going to be enough, but it's not full-time yet. We've got defending to do. Ball into the box. Oh, it's a cracking save, and somehow we've scrambled it away. Fisher is absolutely knackered, but he's on a hat-trick, so let's leave him out there. Ball in, headed away. Nicely done. Here we go with Fisher. He has no energy, but he's got the ball. He's on a hat-trick. Can he go and get it? Rory King is with him. Rory King is feet onside. Oh, it's a good save. And it looks as though he was onside. But is that going to be that? Let's give them some more praise. And that's a good start to the group stage. We've rested players there. We still managed to get the result. And, well, Larne waits. And we've got a few of our important players that are raring to go. So Europa Conference League Group A, Welders rise to see off Rosenborg. We've got a little bit of money in the bank. Fisher is on form. He's absolutely knackered. He'll be no chance of playing against Larne, but that's okay. And, well, there we go. Linfield has won their game in hand, so they are now ahead of us. And Larne dropped points to Dungannon. So maybe Dungannon not the worst team this season. Because wait right there, we will be facing Larne next. And, well, we do need to kind of beat them to keep pace with Linfield. Okay, welcome back. It is second versus third. It's Larne versus Welders. And, well, it's a chance for us with a win to potentially, anyway, go back to top of the table. Let's have a look and see what we're expecting here from them. A 4-2-3-1. Seth Keach, of course, that came through our academy, will hopefully not, but he should be their captain. And let's have a look and see what we are doing here. So it's Jidda in goal, McCullough, Gribben, Simpson and Hill. Who is Rory Hill, sorry, who's coming in. It'll be your first look at him, and let's hope he does well, though he is still coming back to match fitness. It'll be Napoleon backing up with Chambers in midfield. It'll be Masson, it'll be Armstrong and Fitzpatrick with Davidson up top. Davidson has been in good goal-scoring form. He has 9 this season. So, although McDade is possibly the number 1 still, Davidson is a very, very good striker. So, Seth Keach is indeed the captain of Larne still, and, well, let's see if we can get a little bit of revenge for that League Cup defeat. Show me what you can do. Let's take the pressure off. Go out there and have some fun. We'll point our finger, not too much fun. Go out there and make the difference, but have some fun while you're making the difference. All right, and here we go. I mean, it's one of these, isn't it? A draw, if we're looking at the season as a whole, a draw is probably not the worst for us, but obviously we've picked a team to win, and that's what we want to try and do. Simpson not with the best header, but he's won it back there. Napoleon, ball forward for Davidson. And of course, we've got to remember that next season, in all likelihood, there will be two, was it next season or the season after? 2 Champions League spots for the league as well. So second, it's a stunning ball in by Masson. And Ray Fitzpatrick has ducked across the face of the defender, and he's headed it in. And inside the first minute, we have the lead. And what a start that is. Look at Ray Fitzpatrick. His movement here, he's got this little movement that he does inside the defender there. Beats everybody to the ball. That's a cracking goal. Wonderful movement in the box and a good header to go with it. And that is 1-0 inside 60 seconds. All right. We've got another free kick now. Napoleon to take. It's not the worst, but a bit too close to the goalkeeper. Now, surely not the highlight. Let's see what becomes of this. Ball forward. We should get to that. McCullough's there. Forward he goes to Armstrong. Armstrong pass 1. Armstrong, can he pick a pass out? He goes wide for McCullough. Can he get the cross in? We don't have as much height in there without McDade, but we've got enough. And it's gone in, and it's Davidson with a 10th of the season. It ricocheted around, and 12 minutes gone. We're 2-0 up. And, well, this is more like it, isn't it? Now, what happened here? It seemed to be a bit of a pinball in there. The ball goes back to Napoleon. Napoleon gets a good ball in. It's Duffy has sort of let it hit him, and it's fallen for Davidson. And, well, there it is, 2-0. Doesn't matter about offside because it wasn't given. And there we go. Another highlight. Hill with a throw. For Masson. Flick on. Looking for but not finding Davidson. There's a second cross in. Napoleon picks it up. Armstrong. Fitzpatrick. Back to Armstrong. McCullough's making a run. Fitzpatrick has got the ball. And we've almost added a third inside 15 minutes there. This is wonderful stuff from our welders, isn't it? Let's hope we can keep this going for 90 minutes. Of course, at half-time, there's every chance I'll stuff it up and we'll get done in the second half. That tends to happen a lot as well. Let's tell them to focus here. Shouldn't have done that. Come on, boys. Defend well. We've done brilliantly so far. Game is ticking away from us now. They're probably shell-shocked, aren't they? Just trying to not concede again. But that is a very, very good half of football. Just one shot on target for Larne. Nicely done. Now, what we probably want to say here is don't get complacent. 2-0, as they say, is the most dangerous score in football. So let's do that. Let's see if we can get a little bit more out of Armstrong. I've demotivated him. Perfect. That's what I do at halftime. I demotivate. When will I ever learn? And, well, there we go. Let's keep an eye on Armstrong. Hopefully, let's give them some praise. We can sort of slowly winning back through the half. We do have Gournay, who did well playing as a number 10, though not against a team of the quality of Larne, but that is an option. We'll just keep praising them, try and keep their minds off the fact that there's a little bit of pressure on them here to get the result now. We've got some defending to do in the 66th minute. Napoleon heads it clear, but it's going to be picked up by Larne again. Masson is absolutely nowhere near where he should be. Mate, you are a right winger. What are you doing in central midfield? That's where you should be, over there, mate. Is he marking someone he shouldn't be? Have they changed their formation? It's 2-1. And I bet they're playing with wing-backs because we were all at sea there. Masson, yeah, Duffy's on this side. They've switched to wing-backs and I haven't noticed. And, yeah, well, it's 2-1 and let's hope that that doesn't come back to haunt us. They haven't switched to wing-backs, so what the hell is going on in our defence there? Okay, so I fixed it. I'm not quite sure why it was messed up, but I've changed it at some point, obviously, and not changed it back. So, yeah. Napoleon with a corner. It's there. It's gone in. Davidson. It looked as though it was... was it off the post and he had a second crack at it? I may have got his own rebound there. Let's go back off attacking. We'll just be positive. And have another look at this. It didn't go in cleanly, did it? Ball in. Fred Simpson, yeah, Davidson, it's gone back off the crossbar and sort of whacked him in the face, I think. Either way, it's gone in. They don't draw pictures. But it's not the most convincing goal that he'll score this season. Davidson with a double. The game is ticking by. It's 3-1. Let's just keep praising them. And I think we are going to get a little bit of revenge. Napoleon is very tired. We do have our Min on the bench, so let's make that change. A more defensive player as well. And it'll waste a little bit of time. It's a cracking ball from Davidson for Masson. Does Masson have a finish? Oh, he does. And it's 4-1. And we are destroying Larne, and we will go back to the top of the table with this performance. Goal difference will very much be on our side. And, well, the Dungannon result is looking a little bit of an aberration now, isn't it? A wonderful little play there from Davidson to put Masson in first time. And, well, Masson, he either smacks it into the fans or smacks it into the back of the net. There's no middle ground with him. But there we go. We've got a bit of work to do here. Jitter can't keep it out. It's 4-2. Takes a little bit of the shine off the win, but not too much. We'll just give them a focus late on here. We don't want another one going in and then some nervous moments. It's not the best from Jitter, is it, to be honest? But at this level, that's probably to be expected. He's done really well for us. And there it is. 4-2 away to Larne. Not the best game from Armstrong either. Simpson maybe not covering himself in glory, but as a team performance, that was very, very nice. So there we go. Davidson sends Haaland and Wolf Welders top. And I think the most encouraging thing from that episode is the fact that we've got 2 wins. We've been able to rotate between the league and Europe and still not drop any points. And that is, well, it's brilliant, isn't it? So we are top. We have played a game more. We've got a nice little gap there now to Larne as well. And, well, everything is looking pretty rosy as it can do. You can see in the Antrim Shield we've got Glentoran. Again, it's not important. We won't be bothering about it too much. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. That's kind of my attitude in those things. But we'll come straight back because we've got our first ever game in the Challenge Cup, or the Caramel Wafer Cup as it is so deliciously called. So we'll be off to Scotland to face Queen of the South, and then we'll be off to Russia to face Arsenal Tula. No idea whereabouts in Russia it is. We'll learn together. I'm assuming it's not in London. But that'll be next episode, guys. So until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Hit thumbs up if you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you next time as we venture into Scotland and then into Russia. Take care.